What's up, y'all? It's the Big Bamboo. Back with some more information. Peace to the people. All that. Um, yeah. This is some quick information. Um, that had kind of came to my mind, but I already knew and I talked about it before. Uh, I got another YouTube channel, but um this is my main channel, so this will allow more of my information gonna be on. But anyway, I talked about the MK Ultra, right, and why the government was using certain tactics to basically alter people's brains. Morally, the reason why they were snatching people off the streets and doing this shit is because you had a lot of conscious people that was coming out around that time. Around the 60s and 70s, the Caucasian people started to want peace and love between everybody. They wasn't against niggas no more. Once the Caucasian people start taking those spiritual drugs like mushrooms and smoking weed, they wasn't on that shit no more. Because they realized that it was a false doctrine that was being fed to them by the government in order to have conflict between the two. The dirty Moors, right? The black hand, these black people that look like us that ain't us, they was behind that whole shit. They was behind the whole black versus white doctrine. Right, so you had the Caucasian people that end up getting, some of these spiritual drugs or spiritual, whatever you want to call it. They start getting that shit and taking it, and their minds started to open up. They started to realize the truth. So when they start realizing the truth, this is when they was given the term a hippie. Right? A hippie could mean a homeless motherfucker, a bum, a country motherfucker living in a trailer, or just a full out crazy motherfucker. But these motherfuckers wasn't crazy. They was deemed crazy because they was finding out the truth. See, the government don't want you to know the truth. So you had all these Caucasian people coming out, peace on earth, man. Stop the war in Vietnam. Let's come together. Love, all this old shit. And he started doing that. So when you had the government out here snatching motherfuckers up like that, pitting these motherfuckers in these secret labs and running tests on these motherfuckers. Because they knew if these motherfuckers started to bring that shit, that attention all around the world at that time, it was going to be a lot of shit that was going to change. It was gonna be a lot of different shit because we was already on revolutionary time anyway. But if you got them all Caucasian all over the world on that, it's over with because everybody gonna band together. And you had a lot of Caucasians that was banding together, banding on our side. I told you about the story of the one girl. Her name was Jean Sahlberg. It was a white woman. She was a famous movie star back in the day, back around the 60s. She ended up getting involved with the Black Panthers Party, and the government used COINTELPRO against her to try to humiliate her and humiliate the Black Panthers. So they tried to say that she got pregnant by one of the Panthers members, which was a lie. But they did that because they didn't want white people and black people coming together because we would figure out that it wasn't no white versus black. What's the word I want to use? It ain't no white versus black issue, right? So it's a secret society, a secret group that's enforcing that shit to try to get us to kill each other, and then we gonna stay in motherfucking slavery mentally because we don't know who doing this shit. You know, and this was the real truth about this shit. And this where the whole MK Ultra mind control came in at. They want to alter a motherfucker brain so they can't think for their own self independently. Okay, so look at modern day, look at Dave Chappelle. That ain't the same Dave Chappelle. I don't go fuck what you say, that's not the same Dave Chappelle. That nigga look way different. The nigga looked taller. He was back then he was a little shorter. The nigga looked taller. It don't look like that's the Dave Chappelle that we know um and we know him for. It looked like a whole nother motherfucker. Now the reason why they would snatch him up is because of the shit he was saying about the industry. He was talking about how the industry has an agenda, you know, to where they do certain shit to these actors and shit and put them through all of these traumatic things and all this shit, you know, like the shit he had talked about with Martin being in the streets with a gun saying help, they trying to kill me. All that old shit played a role into why you even got those speculations out that he is under MK Ultra or that he is cloned. Because the nigga knew some shit and he was just too real. Right, so reason to me saying this is because the government per se, the government is not ran by the people that you think is run by. It's run by a secret group, a secret society of people. It's not run by who you think. You think it's ran by the people that you see in the White House. They don't run this shit. It's ran by these secret motherfuckers like these black nobility. That's who it's ran by. Right? So this is why you have, you know, like the police and FBI and SWAT, all CIA, all these different people, because they have to use all of these different tactics to see the fuck what the fuck we doing. They want to see if we remember who we are, and they want to see if we coming together. So this is why you got the CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. Right, then you got the COINTELPRO, Counterintelligence Program. FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation. Right, and what the fuck is you investigating? What the fuck is Central Intelligence Agency? What intelligence is you even discovering? What intelligence? Counterintelligence Program. What the fuck is the Counterintelligence Program? What is that? What the fuck? What does that even mean? Right? See, we don't study this shit and we don't pay attention to what they're telling you. They're telling you that they just the middleman in this shit, but the real enemy is the one behind the scenes that's giving them the shit to write down, to write about, and to put out. That's what they telling you. These motherfuckers don't, like the people that we be thinking in control, these motherfuckers don't know about that spiritual shit all like that. They don't know that shit. They just put in front to make you believe that they know what's going on. Them motherfuckers don't know. They don't. We dealing with some spiritual shit. You got, you know, they say them reptilians and all that. You got all that type of shit down here. You got blood drinkers. You got cannibals. You got all different type of motherfuckers down here. Right? And they all tied into this shit, right? So, we don't realize that it's secret. It's a secret group of motherfuckers that's controlling the whole shit that's happening down here. It's a secret group of people. We just see who they want us to see in order for us to believe in their doctrine, because they show us who they want us to see. They ain't gonna show us the real people. Because if we see the real people, we gonna be like, what? Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me these how you niggas look the whole time? You was actually niggas. You are the reason that we fucked up down here. Yeah, they the reason. But they put it on old Whitey to make you want to go hurt him. And they gonna be right beside you saying, yeah, hurt Whitey. When the whole time, this is the motherfucker that's doing the bullshit. You know? And that's just the truth. I love my people. I'm on the side of righteousness. I don't want our people to be lied to anymore. That shit is over with. That shit dead. You shouldn't want to lie to anybody. Let alone you shouldn't be lying and telling motherfuckers that they should be hurting this group of people and they ain't done nothing wrong to you. See, when you have niggas out here going around walking up to white people telling them, I hate you, or you bitch ass nigga, you hurt my ancestors, and then they be like, dude, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Because they don't know what you talking about. How can you blame him for what his ancestors might have did? His ancestors was living about 50 years ago, 60 years ago. That nigga wasn't even thought of. That nigga didn't play a role in that. He probably regret what his ancestor did. He probably feel bad. So you can't just walk up to a motherfucker and blame them for some shit that they don't even have an understanding for and they never played a role in. You can't do that, but that's the whole doctrine, like we talk about with the government. They want you to be like that. They want you to be an ignorant nigga out here doing shit like that. That's how they want you to be. Because they want you to be caught up in the bullshit when the whole time the motherfuckers that's doing the bullshit look just like you. The whole time. But you just don't realize it. This is why I want our people to stop with this whole white versus black. That you gotta stop with that. Because it's a whole nother group of people that's doing the shit they doing to you. That's why I told you, start looking at Jesse Jackson. Start looking at Al Sharpton. What have them niggas ever really done for our community rather than just being away? What have they done? See, when Malcolm X was talking about the clowns in the black community, he was talking morally about them. Because Martin Luther King was on the front line. He had a softer approach to how he was trying to help our people, but he was on that front line. You can't knock a motherfucker that was walking that all them hours to prove a point. But you had niggas like Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, they just in the background looking, seeing what's happening, then wanting to jump out, be like, oh yeah, ooh. But they ain't doing shit. And Malcolm X knew they wasn't doing shit, and they wasn't about shit. Right? So we looking at the white people like y'all the enemy, but the enemy is right in front of you. We got to look at these niggas, and that's it. And that's why Malcolm X got killed, because Malcolm X start questioning niggas. Every time you start questioning niggas, that's when you a threat. Because now, oh shit, this motherfucker done found this shit out. Oh, we gotta get rid of this nigga. When that nigga found out that it was niggas involved in the bullshit, Oh, he a dead man. We gotta get rid of him. Malcolm became a threat by the CIA, FBI. You could probably say the JDL, the Jewish Defense League, the Moorish Zionist Temple. He was a threat because he knew that the enemy didn't look the way he thought. Because who killed Malcolm? The Dirty Moors. They killed Malcolm. But then they tried to pin the killing on the nation to make them look bad so that our people can be like, oh, I don't want to join the nation. That's why they did that shit. Fed you all these lies and shit saying that they hurt their own people. Oh, that's bullshit. Islam and Allah are acronyms. Islam, I, self, law, and master. Allah, leg, arm, head. That's the true definition of Islam and Allah. So those is all representing self. It ain't representing no God outside of you. It's all about you, the God within you. So if it's I, self, law, and master, leg, arm, head, if that's the true philosophy, right, in ideal or idiosyncratic teaching that they are teaching the people, then what make you think they'll go out and hurt their own, right, because of a disagreement with another member? At the end of the day, even if you developing spiritually, you still gonna have a disagreement with somebody because you may have a different view on something that somebody else is talking about. We all gonna have disagreements. See, the thing about it, a real man is gonna be able to have a disagreement with another man without getting violent. Right? But they want us niggas to always use disagreements as violence and hurt each other. No, we don't do that. We don't do that type of business. We can be able to have a disagreement and be able to still respect and understand each other at the same time. Right? But anyway, the Dirty Moors was a part of the passing of Malcolm X. Right? Now, going back to what I was saying about the whole MK Ultra and what that was all about. They was doing that shit because people was starting to figure out what was going on and how this shit was all being done by the government, right? Like, a lot of people don't know the COINTELPRO documented paperwork that was made by the government. It was stolen. And the people that stole it wasn't black. They was Caucasian people. They broke into one of their agencies, or one of their buildings, their headquarters. Went in there, trashed it, right? Found all the documented paperwork that these motherfuckers was planning on our people. Found all of them. And when they found it, they went to the news people and demanded that they put out all the documents that they found by the government. They demanded. And this is why today, if you Google COINTELPRO, you're going to see all them documents. It was done by Caucasians, right? They found the documents. They broke into shit and found them documents. It wasn't niggas. Think about that. You can look it up. That's the reason why we have it. I mean, you can look it up and know what the government was doing. They the reason. Now, is them some people I should be saying fuck you to? Nah. Shit, they did they did a fair thing. Cause they didn't have to do that. It ain't got nothing to do with their community. This about niggas. But they want freedom for everybody, so that's why they did that. Because we ain't gonna sit here and act like Caucasian people don't get treated wrongly as well by the system. The system don't give a fuck about them. You got Caucasian people that live worse than niggas. Believe it or not. Shit, didn't Eminem come from a trailer park? He was talk about he was calling himself trailer trash or something. And he white. So when you look at the nicks and crannies and shit, it ain't got nothing to do with race. It's just the ones that are real and the ones that ain't. That's what matters. That's the truth in it. That's the true logic. So you got Caucasian people out here that's trying to educate people to what's going on. That's why you had Aleister Crowley. That's why you had David Icke. That was trying to get people to wake up and see what the fuck was going on. But what we call them? We call them hippies. Crazy motherfuckers. There's something wrong with them. They lunatics. They loony bin. They need to stop doing drugs. They need to stop doing that crack. They need to leave that bottle alone. That's what we start saying. But the whole time, they know some shit. So, this is the truth, and what you dealing with in this time, this type of talk about the whole MK Ultra and the government and their secret plans and what they had in store for us. With one thing I want to say before I get off of here is that MK Ultra never died. They still use it. They just use it in different ways to where you probably wouldn't catch on to it. Every time you see a rapper in the music industry that make music that really activates people spiritually and make them think and make them more embracive of their own inner self, that's when you always get a motherfucker that'll come out of nowhere saying some shit about them, saying they gay or something, some bullshit. I'm telling you, that's COINTELPRO, because they hire people undercover that'll come out and say certain things about certain people, right? So you may have some people that's involved in the industry that's undercover agents, right? That's why I said about Megan Thee Stallion, the transgender. Megan Thee Stallion was an undercover agent. They sent her in to Tory Lanez to get information out of him, because remember, Tory Lanez was talking about the industry, talking about the bullshit in the industry. That's why they brought up the whole bullshit about him shooting her in the foot, right? Because they trying to frame him and pin him down for some shit because he was going to expose the industry for their bullshit. So it's nothing new. They do this shit. Right? So COINTELPRO is still around. Right? They still use it. It's just, they use it in other ways now. Like I said, and you probably just wouldn't catch on to it if you're not aware. But they still use it. Because I was going to mention some shit on Diddy, but I don't even want to talk about that shit. I'm tired of hearing about it. But um, they still do it. You know, just catch on to it. You know, cause this AI shit is used for COINTELPRO. You ever watch a video and it's between two people that's probably in the streets, right? And you will look at the title and they'll say it like the title will show a motherfucker looking like they saying some disrespectful shit. But then when you click on it, they ain't saying nothing according to what the title look. That's COINTELPRO. They trying to get us to hurt each other still. That's the government. And you got secret people out here that be docking these videos up, trying to make it like we into it with each other, but the whole time we ain't got nothing against each other. That's why you gotta see it. You gotta see it and realize that it's all some bullshit. Alright? This is what you gotta see. um the time we in now, a lot of more things is becoming more obvious. I don't know if it's just to me, but a lot of shit is becoming obvious. What's obvious is that none of this shit is real. It's all a game, it's all a stage. That's what's obvious. We just need to get our people to see that it's all a stage and that none of this shit is real. All this shit is bullshit. Like I said, I love my people. I love our people. I don't give a fuck about none of the bullshit. I just want us to be free. Mentally, physically, and spiritually. I want to see our OGs back home. The ones that was taken away from us. All hoods should have some structure. But since we in the place that we in now, to where you ain't really got nobody that got the brains no more, because all of them was taken away. Now you ain't got nothing anymore, right? So we need the structure back. That's why we need our OGs back. We need them back out here because we need that structure again. If I wasn't what I was spiritually, I would be, fucked up. Even I'm still, I ain't all the way together, but it is what it is, right? But this was just some quick little information I just wanted to share. I need to start making more videos, get more videos out. I've been slacking. I ain't being lazy, but I've been slacking. So I need to be more consistent, making more information and putting it on here, because a lot of more things I wanted to teach. I might teach tomorrow about numerology, right? So I'm gonna talk on numbers, but I'm gonna talk on numbers as far as energy, and explain the complications of how we get thrown off from counting, rather than embracing the explanation of the universe through the number, right? So I'm gonna get on here probably most likely tomorrow, and I'm gonna have a video on that because I talked about it before, but like I said, it's my new channel, so I'm gonna get on here and explain it, right? So yeah, this just my quick little video. I wanted to explain on this subject. Yeah, so just the big bad boom. Uh, Hopefully y'all be safe out there. Uh, and I'm out. Peace.